Hi, I'm Joe Navarro and welcome back to People Watching. Today I'm going to talk about children and body language. Children are wonderful. They reflect body language so quickly. There is no filter. We've seen 2-year-olds be told that they can't have this or that, and they immediately cross their arms, turn away, and pout and reflect their true sentiments. They do that so exquisitely. Behaviors that we obviously wouldn't tolerate as adults, they'll perform early on. But there are things that we can do to help children to understand others, not just making them understand that the things that they perform, such as when they turn away or they roll their eyes, that these things are negative, that in fact body language is a language, that it is exquisite, that it can be very honest, and that it reveals emotions, which is a good thing. If you're hurt, if you're sad, if you pinch your skin or something, it lets others know that you have needs. But that body language also reflects what others may be experiencing. And so one of the questions that I'm asked is, well, at what age would you begin to teach children body language? Well, that really depends on the child. Obviously, some mature more than others. One of the ways that I have found to teach nonverbals to children is to make a game out of it. And one of the ways to do that is to give them an objective. So you ask them, okay, I want you to look like you're upset with daddy or upset with mommy. I want you to look like you're Superman or Superwoman or some other character. I want you to look like you're really enjoying yourself, or how would a ballerina look? Or how would a skier look? Or give them different challenges. And one of the things you're going to find at a very young age, children are such sponges that they can perform these things. I've seen children as young as 2.5. I remember one kid, I don't know where he got this, but he knew who Mighty Mouse was. Mighty Mouse hasn't been around in the years, and he stood up and puffed his chest out. This is something that begins to teach them the authenticity of body language, but also, and probably more importantly, how easily it is to communicate nonverbals, to convey needs, wants, desires, and so forth. So if you say to them, no matter what their age, and say, I want you to tell me through body language that you want that piece of candy, and you'll see them demonstrate that they lean forward, their eyes get big, maybe they wipe their mouth with their tongues. Children are smart, they get it. But what we as parents can do is emphasize that these things that are being communicated are useful for us, useful for them, because it helps them to become better playmates, to be more empathetic, to be more sharing, such as, you know, when you're holding the ball and everybody else that are your playmates are looking at the ball, that maybe you want to share that with them. These behaviors, which they can demonstrate, this begins the process of validation, which is really powerful. When we talk about emotional intelligence is nothing more than the ability to observe behaviors, decode behaviors, and then put that to good use. That's all emotional intelligence is. That if we begin at an earlier age, we're preparing that child for a more successful life. We know from many studies that those individuals that will be most successful are the ones that can engage with a greater variety of people and get along with other people. And something as significant as longevity, we know from the studies, from the grant studies at Harvard, that longevity will be based on your ability to connect with others and stay connected. For that, nonverbals has no equal. So, as I said, one of the easiest ways to work with children is to, in fact, get them to perform these behaviors. And if they don't know how to perform it for them. Make them realize that nonverbal communication has meaning, that it is in many ways universal, that when someone says hi and they arch their eyebrows around the world, this gravity-defying behavior is very well accepted. It means you are very much appreciated, that all of the body communicates, the face, the hands, of course, and even the feet, which is why sometimes children, when they're upset with you, they'll turn their feet away and say, you know, mom or dad doesn't appreciate that, because what you're communicating, what you're shouting at me is that you don't want to be in my presence. One of the other things that we can do is to teach children who may have a deficit in reading nonverbals or in performing nonverbals how to do it. Some children have difficulty making eye contact, and so we can teach them how to make proper eye contact so that we're not staring, but rather gazing, so that they become more receptive to understanding when another child is upset or another child is having some sort of emotional difficulty. For this, I would highly recommend two books. Obviously, I wrote them, but I think especially for families who have children that are on the autism spectrum, I have received word that it has been invaluable for them. The Dictionary of Body Language and my original What Everybody is Saying. There's pictures in there that can help you to teach others what things to look for, and make it a challenge, make it interesting, make it fun. Children are remarkable. They are sponges. They want to learn. The more you teach them, the more they'll want to learn. You can teach them about body language around the world, how culture influences body language, how some shake hands, some bow, some will kiss on the cheek. This can be fascinating for them and make them realize that there are many ways to greet each other. There are many ways to get along with others. Getting along is a term we use, and for that, nonverbals is essential. Things such as reaching out, waving, turning your body fully towards others, to welcome them to play with us, and so forth. Little things that you can teach to be more inclusive, to be more accepting of others. And things, again, that may be hurtful, such as turning away, pushing away, or rolling of the eyes, which is very negative. So, when do we begin to teach them? Depends on your child. As early as possible, teach them to be responsible for their own body language, that everybody has their own spatial needs, and that we can make each other very uncomfortable if we violate their space. So there we are. Some nonverbals for children. Have fun with them. You'll be amazed at how quickly they learn. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please follow us here, ring the bell, and I look forward to sharing more with you on this channel.